All right. So
All
welcome
right, so
to
we're going
Lou's
to talk about part 3
little mini
of our
tutorial on
ACLs.
ACLs.
So
All
one
right.
of the other things,
So
maybe
here's a little mock-up
difficult or
we
whatever
have basically
to
in
think
the
about
black
far
is our
as
DMZ. That's
getting your reports
basically
and stuff.
the area
So
where people from
an
the
example
internet
you could use
and
something
internally
like
can access
Nessus, Angry
these
IP,
different
and as
services
an example here,
that we offer.
we can see what all the open ports are.
And the red is basically
So,
we're
kind of an
running some
example.
type of
Also, you can Google different
router
products.
slash firewall.
So, like an
or Palo
example,
Alto, something
I'm
that
using
does
here is a lamp. So this is going to
firewalling.
have port 80,
So
44.
I guess,
And it's
regular
going to have
router
a
could do
couple
that too.
others.
And then
ports.
that the
So
green would be like
using
our
a,
inside would come in.
you know,
where we would have
vulnerability
our
scanner,
layer
you'd be
three
able to
switch
find
would
those.
do
And
some
so, like an
basic routing.
example,
Our
if
blue
this
would
is like
represent our
turnkey, a
different
lot of times they
servers,
use also like an
and
example.
brown would represent
they may
like all our
use
end users,
a product
in
called
their offices, and those are all the little
Webmin,
switches there.
and it also runs at
So,
port 1000.
Yeah,
So
there
those
we
are
go.
things you have to
There's
make a
some PCs.
decision.
Boom.
So
P for PC, P for
using
PC,
a simple tool like
and
Angry IP,
other things like
can't get my
printers and all
virtual
that
working
fun
right
jazz
now,
and
so
stuff.
we'll
All
just
right.
have to go
So,
with assumption of a couple
one of
different
the things we
ports.
need
And
to do is look at
these are not necessarily all going to
how
be correct,
things are
right, or
accessed.
wrong.
So, like
But-
an example,
So I'm just going to say, let's say
it's just going
we're
to
going to have
take.
port 80, 443.
So typically,
we
an
know
organization,
we're going
if
to
they
port
have an
10,000
internet
because we got
presence,
Webmin going.
we're going to have
And there's two
minimum
other
at least
ports
2 DNS
per
servers
one of the
out on the
protocols
internet.
under the
We're gonna have
PostScript.
internal ones.
I don't know what those are at the top of my head.
So
let's
part
just,
of this ACLs you have to think about
skip
is
those,
your
but let's just
direction
put
in-
something
in
there
traffic.
for
So,
it.
like
So
an
I'm going to say
example,
12,000
you have to take consideration
and 500 and
when
14.
we are doing this
25.
traffic coming
So,
in
We found those by
and
using
out of
something
the
like
DMZ
Nessus,
down
Angry
to each
IP,
individual
scanner.
device.
So that's going to tell us the ports
So,
that are open.
You don't want to be granular like an
Which is
example.
open that
We don't want to
this
have a
LAMP
rule
server is going to listen
that just
to.
says, oh,
So
so let's say we got
the
our
thing you have to think about
WW.
too is
So
now
we
know the
want
ports
a rule from
that
like
it's
an
open
example
for
on the
business.
outside.
Does this lamp need to
We want
make
a rule
authentication
from
to
the
AV
outside to
server
the
right over
DMZ.
here, which I did not do a good job of.
We want to
saying
say,
AD
let's
here,
say
but let's
80 and
redraw that in.
443.
Let's say we want to
Or
do
do we want
authentication.
to give access? Do we
So
want people from the
That's
internet
not going
coming
to
on
have
port
the
80
lamp is not going to have an
443
open port
onto
It's gonna
DNS
need
1
to
and
talk
2?
to that. So another
And
good way of doing it
Our little
is
WW server?
if your router
Well,
or
the answer is no.
firewall has the ability
You know,
to
We don't want, so we would want to say only,
log all the traffic.
only, so
So
that
like
would be
an
like
example.
anybody from the planet can come to our www, not,
The Palo Alto
you know, we don't want to add
supports that
DNS
capability,
and
so you can turn
DNS
on
1 and 2
logging and
into
then
this rule.
just
Because there's
interact
no reason,
with
there's
that
no
one
web
device
interface
and
for
see
them,
what
so
all the
there's
ports
no
are.
reason they should be accessed.
So if you're not able to determine,
So
you're not able
that
to be
would be an
given a
example
list
of a
because
rule.
your server admin who put it in there
And
doesn't know all
you
the
would
answers.
want people internally to be able to access
Or
that. So
maybe
then
he
it's,
doesn't, or maybe
so when
that
you're looking
person
at
thinks they know
ACLs,
all
we
the
got
answers
to have
and
a
didn't
couple
really
things.
realize that
So
yes,
we
these
gotta
are the ports
have,
that it's open, but is it interacting with
So
the
we have
DNS
to look
server?
at this in a
Which
couple
DNS
different
server
things.
is it
We got to look
interacting
at
with?
first,
Things like that. So those are
the
things you have
OS.
to take consideration.
and
So a good way is just to interact
Basically,
with the device, see how it
what
works,
services
monitor
we're
it for a
running.
moment, see where it's going. So because
And
besides
what
these
services
ports
we're
being
running. So
open,
we need to know
need-
the
you
list
need
of
to
port
know
numbers.
where is this box?
So we need to know a list of IP
Is this
ports.
box going to have a
So,
conversation
like an
with
example, the
the
WW
DNS servers
is in port 80,
internally or what?
443, and
Who is this going to
is there a backend database
like
that
an example?
it runs to? Is it connecting
Where
to a
is
SQL
this lamp
server?
machine
So
going
like
to
an
get its
example,
updates? Is it going out to the
like,
internet and getting it? Is it connecting
you
to
could
a
log into
server
a capital portal, an
on
e-commerce site.
campus that's getting
You
its
have the
updates?
front end, and then you have
Yeah.
the back end.
That's another
So
question
you have to know
ask.
what ports are you need to be open
Or
for
no,
the front end. What
because
ports need to be open to the
you
back end.
want the
That's a huge one.
because ideally you only
That's
want
a
what
huge
services
factor
that
you
are
have to
going
take
out to be
consideration
out
that
to the
people don't
internet.
take not into consideration. So you want to
Every
nest all
you know,
these
like,
things. So
oh,
you need to
I
know.
don't want to be able to. You don't
So
want
the
to be
first thing
sitting
you
there
need to know is
using this as
what
a
are all
web
the port
browser
numbers?
going out to the internet. So you want to
And
restrict
then,
the abilities of the
Yeah.
server to go out.
So for every service that's on this
so
web
once
server,
you determine all those,
so what other services
conversations
can be
that
on there?
this LAMP server is going
depending
to
what
have,
type of
that would be
OS
the
you're
next
running.
category you would add
So
to this. So
like
you would
an
say, oh, okay,
example,
well, we're going to have future plans. We're going to
maybe
get the
you're running
Active Directory
also
working. So then we're going to have a little note saying,
so let's
our
just pick this
LAMP
server again. So maybe we're running the OS.
to
Maybe
Active
we have
Directory
some backup
for authentication.
agent running on there.
So we're going to just put
So
that there so we
that's
can make a note so we
gonna
can look
need,
up those ports
that's
or
gonna
app
need to be
IDs
provided
depending on the device
access.
we're using.
There could be a ton
And
of
so
different
on.
things. Maybe you have some remote workers
So, like an example,
who need to remote into it because
we
it's a
can break this
third-party
down into two
management.
parts. So we can break
You need to
part
know
one.
these questions. So the
We
first step
have,
in creating your ACLs is really is the first step is
www
create,
web
a
access.
profile for each server and saying, okay,
And then
what services are being offered on it?
part
What ports does it need
two would be
for it to
admin,
work? And who is it talking to?
admin
So like
work
an example,
or admin
if this
access, however
PC
you
was
want to do it.
joined, if this
And
was
then
a
part
Windows
three
OS,
would be,
and
the
Windows
LAMP
OS, it doesn't matter the version.
to AD.
But as an example, maybe it's joined
then,
to
there
Active
you go.
Directory, so it is.
And then if we're looking at
so
these,
it's part of
we
it
can
is
make a
part of
rule.
AD.
So we can say,
Well, now you got to have authentication.
so this is where you got to think of all the different
So
angles that this
maybe
machine
you're
is going to
gonna
be able
have
to talk
your
to, or
AD
who it's gonna
server
talk to. So we're just going to say, here's just the rules
down
we're going
here.
to make just for the LAMP. Okay, so we're going to have,
So, and maybe you're going to allow
we're
remote
gonna have
access to people, for
source
certain people, to remote
category.
access to this from the internet, maybe
a
internally, maybe
destination
both.
category.
And
So,
that
in
server's
the
going to need
source
to be able to talk
from
to
the
the AD
internet.
server.
So we can
So
say,
that's, so these are all
So,
the different connections. So you got to
let's
look
go
at,
back to our
okay, we got
proof here for
traffic
a
coming
second.
in, needs to talk to this guy.
and,
People internally
So
who
we
need
can
to talk
say
to this guy.
well, let's just call these
And
zones.
people
So
from
we
the
can
internet
say
are going to need to talk to that guy.
zone 1,
So you need to
2,
start thinking about
3. So
know,
we're going to say
first making a list of all the different services that are on there and port
our
numbers,
zone
and then looking at who
1
is talking to it, which
or
ways
interface,
they're talking to it,
however you want to look at it.
and then
we're going to say,
is it a group of
any,
people, individual people?
because
So like
we
an
want
example, let's say
anybody to come
internally,
in.
let's say maybe
And
this is not
destination
everybody
would
in the
be
organization.
LAMP.
So then we want to know
So that would be
their
LAMP's
IP
IP
addresses, so we can only
and ports. So
the
we would
key
say
with
80
ACLs to be very effective
and
is if you
443.
as you would look in like Security Plus
Okay.
when we talk about giving people
next
the appropriate
rule.
amount of rights
Now, you could
to
also
do their
probably
job. Well, that's what ACLs
set this up
do.
where you can have zone
It's
1
not for people,
and
it's for
3,
services.
or you may have to
It
make
is
that
to
individually. Again, depending
Only
on
provide the minimum access you
the
need
device
to
you're
make
creating this.
this
So if you had to
server
make it separately,
communicate
then
and
you would just
function
do
for people.
3.
That's the key part.
So the
interface
key
part
part
is
zone again,
creating all your
LAMP
all your services.
280.
And then the second part is
443.
then deciding where, who is connecting to these, who is our customers, where are they coming from? So that is part of it. Because you can group devices together, but again, you don't want to group devices that are not using the same service. So that's a key portion of this that people don't really catch on or understand is we need, step 1, identify all our services that are running. There we go. Step 1. Get a list of all the services. Boom. And then step 2 is who and where people need access. So you need to figure that out in which services those people need those access, because not everybody needs the same access to all the services. So like an example, if we're doing remote, not everybody on the planet needs a remote into that server. So maybe it's 4 people, 4 users. Okay, who are they? You can make a rule, just say those 4 IP addresses, boom, can remote in. That is perfect. Backup agent, where's the backup server? So I go back to changing my colors again. So now let's say here's our backup server. Well, now we got to know, and then the part of who, where, the access, that part is the where part is also including where in this network. Are they coming from the internet? Are we care what country they come from? What do we care? You know, are we a place that only does, like an example, if we're an organization that only does business in the US, do we want people from other countries coming in? You know, like an example, maybe you didn't want to do it, you're not ready to deal with international people. Well, why would you want to give them access? Again, that's a company decision, but it's a suggestion you should be thinking about is that part. So, like an example of this, I had some software from a third party vendor who came in and they said, so my user said, oh, here's our server. We needed the DMZ. We're like, okay, cool. No, that's not a problem. We can put it there. And we're like, okay, what ports do you need open? They're like, oh, I don't know. So then they called the support guy. They sent us a list, and like an example, Telnet was on there for the internet. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give this. Let's have a meeting. And we discussed, we're like, well, we need it for the remote access. And I'm like, okay, well, fine. I'm not making this open to the planet, so give me your IP addresses. And then we'll give you access. And then if you change your IP, you got to notify us. So that would be step 2. And then I would say step 3, maybe not, or whatever, is a schedule. Do you care if access is denied or only available certain hours of the day? There could be some rules that you could have that. Like an example, maybe let's say our inside users in the brown area here, let's say they are gone after 10 o'clock. Why would we want them to access this web server after 10 o'clock when nobody's in the building? So that's an example of a schedule. So if we're giving just the right amount of service, so let's say we got someone who's got, someone dropped off a little pineapple or a little, Arduino or something on our land, and then they turn it on. Do you want them to be scanning our network? Do we want them to scan our DMZ from the inside out? Well, maybe the answer is no, because again, at 10 o'clock the building's closed. We could deny access, and we could still leave access to the internet because we still want our customers at 10 o'clock to still place orders. So those are things you have to think about. Who is your customers? Are they a 9 to 5? Are they 24/7? If your customers are all 8x5 people, well, then maybe after 10 o'clock, who cares if nobody can access it? Those are things you have to think about. So scheduling would be the third step. And then the fourth step is the hardest part. We'll get back to that in part 3. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.